Hi, my name is Aaron F. Ross, and welcome to this free Maya tutorial on subdivision surfaces. We will learn about using Smooth Mesh Preview to construct a man-made object. Before we begin the tutorial, I just want to talk a little bit about what subdivision surfaces, or subds, are. Subds were first developed in 1978 by Ed Catmull and Jim Clark. It was originally a rendering technique to achieve higher level of detail at render time. However, it was quickly adapted as a modeling tool in and of itself. A mesh object is recursively subdivided and the angles between new faces smoothed in order to generate a curved mesh from a simple polygonal control cage. Let me show you a very simple example. I'll create a polygon primitive cube in the perspective view and press the 3 key on the keyboard. In Maya, it's called Smooth Mesh Preview, and it's built into every mesh shape node. Press the 1 key and you will see the original polygon object. Press the 3 key and you'll see the subdivided version, and press 2 and you will see them both at the same time. Any changes we make to the control cage, or the original polygon mesh, will be reflected in the subdivided object. I can go into component mode, for example, right-click and choose Face Component Mode. Select a face, and you will see that both the original polygon cube and the subdivided surface are highlighted. I can use the Scale tool or the Move tool to adjust the shape. I can control the level of detail as well. Go back to Object Mode, right-click and choose Object Mode. Select it. Go into the Attribute Editor, Control-A. And in the Mesh node, open up Smooth Mesh. Here we'll find Smooth Mesh Preview, and I can toggle it on and off. Down lower on the panel, we'll see Subdivision Levels. And here we control the level of detail and whether or not we display that detail. Turn the Display Subdivision switch on and we will see the subdivided polygons. If we turn it back off again, then we can change the number of division levels. I'll increase it up to 3 and then re-enable display. And you can see now that we've got a higher level of detail. That's just a brief introduction to subdivision surfaces. They're implemented in many places in Maya and other programs. This is just one, Smooth Mesh Preview. Once again, 1 to turn it off, 3 to see the end result. And you can go into component mode in any of these display modes. Right-click and choose Face once again, and we can choose a single face. Notice that the transform manipulator is hovering over the surface. It's at the location of the original polygon face. If I press the 1 key, we can see that. Press the 2 key once again, and we can see them both at once. Okay, let's start fresh with our subdivision surface model. File, New Scene. Not bothering to save. Let's create a new project. File, Project Window. New. I'll call it Subd Project. Place it in the current user's Documents Maya Projects folder. Click Accept. We need to change our linear working units. Go to Window, Settings, Preferences, Settings, Working Units, change the linear units to meter. Click Save. Dolly back a bit in the window. Change the grid settings. Display grid options. I'll make it 10 meters from center to edge. Grid lines every 1 meter, subdivided by 10. Change the grid line color and apply. Now we can see that our grid has been subdivided to decimeter scale. These lines are 1 meter apart here, and then the lighter colored lines are 10 centimeters apart. If we want, we can turn on axes on both of these perspective grid numbers and orthographic grid numbers. Click Apply and Close. And now we see our metric grid. Let's also change the background color. Alt-B a few times and cycle through till we get a light gray background. We're ready to create the primitive. Subdivision surface algorithms work best on quadrilateral faces. For that reason, you're usually best off starting from a cube. Even if your end object is going to be rounded, you still start from a cube when subdivision surface modeling. Let's draw this out in both the top and perspective views. Tap the space bar, dolly back in the top view a bit. Go to Create, Polygon Primitives Cube. Draw it in the top view. Then go over to the perspective view, click and drag up. And our cube's created. Zero out its transforms. Go into Polycube 1. We can adjust these attributes. Width of 3 meters. Height of 3 meters. A depth of 16 meters. Let's zoom all our cameras out. Hold down Shift and press F. In our various views here, we can change our display options. We can go over to the top view, press 4. Front view, press 4 once again. Side view, press 4 so that we can see in wireframe in all those views. Back to our perspective view. Select that cube, tumble around. Let's change the level of detail. Go back into the Polycube 1 node. And let's just make it so that all of the quadrilaterals on this object are square, at least to start with. To do that, I'll set these subdivision values to be equal to the width, height, and depth values. Press Tab to go to the next field. Enter those values in again. Press Enter. And now you'll see each one of those squares is exactly 1 meter in size. All right, that's a good place for us to save our first version out. File, Save Scene As. Files of type, Maya ASCII. subd.0001.ma to set it up for increment and save. Click Save As, and we saved out our basic layout.